I didn't think I'd be alive after past 20 anyway. I'll be in prison doing charges for some murders or something. Tyson Fury says a lot of shit. His mouth's like a toilet, just keeps on flushing and flushing and flushing and flushing. He can't get in my head. If he gets in my head, he's just gonna find a lot of disturbance in there. So don't give a
Because you've not yet come face to face, which is, a long story in itself. Do you regret that things hadn't been worked out so that you could have come face to face for the press conference 6 or so weeks ago? Do you regret not getting the opportunity to look him in the eyes, to see him?
I don't regret anything really, because I'm a professional. I'm a top guy. This ain't the Tyson Fury show. This is the Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte show. And from where I stand, it's the Dillian Whyte Tyson Fury show. From where I stand, from where he stands, it's the Tyson Fury Dillian Whyte show. Obviously, he's heavyweight champion, so I understand what they're doing and what they're saying and whatever. But you can't buy a race car and not be, you can't buy a high performance car and not prepare to put high performance fuel in it. And that's what they're trying to do. They won the fight and they're trying to treat me like nothing. They want to pay anything. They want to look after things properly. They wanted to just say, well, we want the fight. You have to do what we say. No, it's not. I don't have to do what you say. I am my own man. I do what I want to do. Unless you want to play ball right and do the things properly and sit down with my team and work stuff out. That, as you can see, even today, now, last minute, they're trying to work stuff out now. That's why we're just doing this interview now. So,
has that disappointed you? Or has it shocked you, or has it disappointed you?
It ain't shocked me, and it ain't disappointed me, because I've been around boxing a long time. You know my story in boxing. I've been in all different ends of boxing. So, and with Tyson Fury, you have to expect everything. This is a man that's weighed in and pulled out the fight on the day of the fight. Remember, he weighed in to fight Ustinov and pulled out on the day. Yeah. It's a man that's pulled out of the Klitschko fight, just show what picture of his ankle that he twisted his ankle running. He didn't turn up. Remember, people forget Tyson Fury didn't turn up to the Vladimir Klitschko press conference. Everyone's giving me a stick, but Tyson Fury didn't actually turn up to Vladimir Klitschko press conference. Remember, Klitschko was there like, yeah, and he didn't turn up. So everyone's giving me a stick, and he was contractually obliged to go to that. I weren't. I'm always contractually obliged to go to any press conference with him. So
you've been here in Portugal in a great camp. You've been here for nearly 2 years now since you first drove down here, and you've had fights. You've been preparing well. But was there part of you that wanted to be there to maybe answer some of the things he was saying and some of the things that the people in the Tyson Fury business have been saying about you? Is there a part of you who wants to answer that, Dillian?
I don't care, man. Listen, I don't care what Tyson Fury says. Tyson Fury says a lot of his mouth's like a toilet. Just keeps on flushing and flushing and flushing and flushing. That's Tyson Fury. Like, he just flush any random that comes out of his mouth. So I don't really care about what he says or what he does. But me and him gonna have a fight regardless. Yeah. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna fight regardless. You know what I mean? So I don't care what he says. I don't care about mind games, and I don't care about all of that. Listen, I'm a fight. I'm a warrior. If he wants it, anytime, anywhere, I'm down. I don't give a about this, that, and the other, and whatever. But he can say what he wants. He says, oh, Tyson Fury is king at mind games, and he likes to. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. He can't get in my head. If he gets in my head, he's just gonna find a lot of disturbance in there. So don't give a
people forget, Dillian, and I'm gonna half use one of your quotes. People forget how hard you had it coming up. Small halls, rubbish venues. Let's get it right. Sometimes not sure if you're going to get paid. Sometimes not even getting paid. That's part of the Dillian Whyte story.
You know what? I'm used to hardship, man. It is. Sometimes I think about it and I don't like talking about my story too much or getting into it, because a lot of it is a lot of unpleasant. It's a lot of unpleasantness and darkness in my life and in my story. So I just get on with it, and I just focus on the positive and stuff. But it's been one hell of a road, man. It's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of struggle. I remember, I think this fight when I had to pay the opponent, I think 1,700 quid, and I was like, I had 1,500, and I needed to find the other 200, and I was fighting at like 9 o'clock. I was out to the venue 8 o'clock, trying to sell the last few tickets, trying to do the deal. Oh, I'll give you free tickets for 60 quid, you know what I mean? Trying to do deals.
Trying to find the 200 quid.
Trying to get the money to pay the guy, the opponents turned up, and I had to pay these guys, you know what I mean? So, but you know what I mean? But I'm used to it, man. I never come from a sporting background, I never, like, my parents couldn't afford to take me to sport club as a kid and stuff, cause we was broke. So I never had no sporting background. I just, I just got lucky, man.
But we're here now. We're in camp here. We're in camp here. We had the purse bids eventually after much delay, and then you didn't come to the press conference, and there was all sorts of disputes, and we're getting close to it now. We're getting really close to it. What are you looking forward to in fight week? The last 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days. What are you looking forward to?
Getting on the skills, weighing in and chilling out and just, okay, the fight is done, everything is done, everything is contractual signed, and getting in there and having a fight and fighting for the heavyweight world championship, because kids like me shouldn't be where I am. Kids like me from where I come from shouldn't be alive and be doing well and be surviving, you know what I mean? I'm far off from where I want to be. I'm not comfortable, and I'm not content where I am. I'm still struggling, I'm still driving, I'm still hungry, and I still got so much fire in my belly, but I just want to get in there and put on a good fight and win the title and go in there and leave it all in the ring to prove to myself and to other people and my family that, doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter you start, where you come from, what you do in life is all you finish.